Hi everyone, this is Stacy. I am back again today with another Cricut Explore video. For today's video, we'll be using the markers. I was asked if I can show how to use the marker to draw out a word or a letter and then have the Cricut cut it out and still show the marker. So I did one here. This is the word Explore. I have this one welded together, but you can see the marker there, how nice that looks. Alright, the same exact word, same exact size, but each letter here is a different marker color. Okay. You can also do it to where the letters are just by themselves, like that one there. Okay, so it works either way. Now the markers I was using, I have these set from, I got 10 of these from HSN. 5 are metallic and 5 are regular. But I'm going to share with you the tips. These are the regular. They're really close to a pen style. And then this one's more of your marker style. Let me kind of show them side by side here. So we have the marker one on the left, and the more pen-like one on the right. But we're going to be using both of these markers today so I can share with you the difference of how they're going to look depending on your thickness. Because you can see here on our letter, on our word here, the marker's not quite that thick. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the tripod or the computer and we'll get started. Alrighty guys, we're at the computer. Let's go ahead and go to the Cricut Design Space webpage. I already have my paper loaded. I just have a piece of 12 by 12 of my mat. We're going to log in like we normally do by clicking on that green box in the upper left hand corner. Enter in our email and your password. Nudge you guys that way a little bit. Alright, you can see you're logged in by seeing your name there. You now want to go ahead and click on Create New Project. And all we'll be doing is using text. So we're going to go on our gray toolbar, click on that Add Text button. Your little text box will come up. Then pick out a word. We're going to do the word create this time. Alright, we see the word there. I'm going to go to my edit panel and change this font from all fonts to Cricut fonts. So we're using just fonts on our computer or on the Cricut fonts. Make this larger so you guys can see it here. Alright, so I have my edit panel and my layer panel up. Now you want to make sure whatever font you choose, it has a shadow, and you can tell it has a shadow if you go to your layer panel and there are 2 letters there. If you see the blue one has the I closed. If you open that, you see the shadow appear there. So you want to make sure your font has a shadow, because that's the part we're going to be cutting. Now again, depending on the font, some fonts don't have shadows, some fonts have really itty bitty shadows, so you can see that one is a pretty good size shadow. If I go to Don Juan, which is my favorite one, you'll see the difference in the shadow size. Go to that one. See there, the shadow's open. If you can see my layer panel, the eye is open, but you can barely see the shadow. Of course, that's going to give you a different look. The one I used earlier on the example I shared with you was Simply Something. Let me go down there and find that one. Simply Sweet, I think, maybe? Yes. Okay, that's the one I used there. So see the shadow? Not horribly big, but a decent size as well. Alright, so we'll be using that one. Now what you want to do is you want to create 2 copies of this. So have that word selected, go up top, hit copy, then hit paste. Alright, so now we have 2 of these. Now this one, we're going to right click on it, ungroup, take our top layer off. So now we have our shadow piece and our top piece. The top piece we're going to use the color or use our markers, and this piece we're going to cut. Do the same for this guy over here. We'll work on that one in a minute. Let's do these ones here first. And now if you want to weld these together, you can do that here. Right click on your shadowed word. You would go down and hit ungroup. And now each letter you can do by itself. You just make the letters touch like you'd be welding it. Okay, so just bring it all over here a little bit. Just have your letters touch. And then right here. Okay, they're all touching. Now to make them weld, you want to take a box, take your mouse and drag a box across all the words. Make sure both words are in there, or all your letters are in there. And go to your layer panel and hit weld. And that's going to weld that word together. Alright, so we can see what that looks like now. This one, we want to put on top of that one, so you want to right click on this one and hit move to front. We're also going to need to ungroup this one, because you can see here, it's not going to do us any good like that. We need to ungroup it. So right click, hit ungroup. Now you can take each one of these letters and just put them on top. just like that. I'm not going to get too finicky with my placement and getting everything perfectly lined up, but just so you guys get the idea here. Alright, then once you have it the way you like it, you're going to go to your layer panel, and you'll see a bunch of things here. So these letters is the one we just dealt with because it's not grouped together. We have our grouped image here, and then this is our other word. So to make these draw out, I'm going to adjust that T. To make them draw rather than cut, just click on each letter on the scissors and change it to right. Now we have the, like I said, the broad tip marker and the fine tip. I think we'll use the broad tip on the welded word. Just take each one of these, change it to right, pick your color. I'm just using a copper metallic color here. And you can, of course, if you want to make them different colors, you would just choose different color markers on this point. I'm going to leave them all the same. Alright, so we have all that done. Is that one the right? Let me go back up here to my layer panel. Check my C. I think it might be a different color. But it was. Okay. So now take a box again and drag it across both your welded word at the bottom and the one we just did. And here you're going to click on Attach. Alright, that's going to attach our marker layer to our shadow layer. So it's going to draw the marker and then cut out the shadow. Alright, so let's scooch that one aside and work on this one. This one we're going to leave the way it is. We're not going to group it together or weld it. We need to ungroup it first. Okay, and ungroup it again. Alright, you're going to leave it the way it is, just like that. And again, we have our individual letters here. These ones we're going to take and we're going to use the fine tip marker. So click on your scissors, take it down to whatever color marker you like. Okay, that one's all done. Let's close that one out. The same thing, you want to take a box and drag it across the entire word. Make sure you see that box across it. Go to your layer panel and click on Attach. We're not welding this, we're just attaching it. So we're attaching our marker layer to the bottom layer. Alright, so we have our two pieces here. Now here, you know, since we sized this and left it alone like that, you can resize it now if you want to make it bigger or smaller. You can most certainly make it wonky, you know, make it different like that to both. Okay, I'm going to make each one of these a little bit bigger. Not quite that wide. Alright. Bring that guy over there. Alright, now we're simply going to go ahead and go. I have my two markers ready. I have my broad tip and my fine tip. I have my paper on my mat. I'm putting on the mat lines there. I'm trying to hurry. It's fixing to storm really bad. It was nice and calm out earlier and it got real dark, real windy, and it's lightning. And I don't like having one of my machines on during a storm. Okay, so we see the words there. Let's go ahead and hit go. I'm going to take you guys along with me to the tripod, or to the Cricut rather, and get you adjusted there and bring you guys down. Alright, so it's asking me to load my mat first. Like, why is that blinking? Okay, load your mat. And it's asking for the copper metallic, so that would be the more bold tip, more marker like one. So go ahead and put that in there. Drop that down. Hit the go button. So I can zoom you guys in there so you can see. There you go, perfect shot. Front row seats. This idea would be really nice if you were to do a large picture, like a 12 by 12. You can do maybe a flower or something like that and do it with the more marker-like tip. Then you can have the kids colored in, or you can do large words like red, you know, green, you know, whatever color marker you have, and then the kids can use the color. You know, if you're using a green marker, they can use a green crayon to color that in, and it would also help them learn their colors. Alright, now it's asking us for the smaller marker. Let's go ahead and put that one in there. Yeah, lots of things can be done using the markers. I just wish it would come out with more than these colors. Like, I'd really like to see a yellow, a green, a red, you know, your primary colors. I think the kids would have a lot of fun with that. I would too. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm using a lighter color marker. I should have used a darker one, so I do apologize for that, but I think you guys can see it. And this would be great for teachers. They can make them really large, you know, put them on a bulletin board in their classroom. Alright, now it's just going to cut out each one. Our top one is welded, so it should cut it out a little bit quicker than the bottom. It is like creepy windy outside. I like the storms, but I don't like being here by myself. So I have to go around, turn all my electronic devices off. Just a simple, you know, thunder and rainstorm, not too bad. But it's lightning out there. It's thundering pretty bad. Alright, we're on our bottom one. So you can see I did a flower earlier, so you can also use it with shapes. Can you guys see that? Yep, where am I at? There you go, see? So you can use it with shapes as well. I showed how to use the markers before on using a shape when I did my Project Life April title card. I have a video on that showing you how to use the markers on a regular Cricut cut, but drawing it rather than cutting it. Look, now the sun is out. Crazy weather. It's still really dark and windy. Maybe the storm will blow over. I don't think it will, because my phone's been beeping like every 2 seconds. Or like a storm warning. Alright, we're done. Let's go ahead and unload this. Take this off of here. Put our lid back on, otherwise I'll lose that. Then we'll show you what we did. Alright, so we have, this one's going to take this one off here. Oh, do you hear the thunder? Crazy, isn't it? Okay, so we have that one. That's with the broad marker. And then I'm just going to take a few letters off here, not all of them. Okay, so there's letters there with the normal size marker there. So you can see that one's much more finer, so that one's much more bolder. Okay, so that's how you do that. Easy peasy, right? Any questions, guys, let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.